The highly anticipated new series SWAT premieres next week on CBS, and you might recognize the main star. Shemar Moore was a mainstay on the CBS hit series Criminal Minds for 11 years.
Now Moore is back on CBS in SWAT. He plays Sergeant Daniel Hondo Harrelson, who is assigned to run a specialized tactical police unit in Los Angeles. His character faces pressure to bridge the gap between the community and police.
It's wrong. Taking the fight to South LA is just wrong. It won't work.
Well, those are the orders.
And this is my team. Hicks wants to fire me, let him fire me. But we're going to go a different way.
Which way is that?
We treat them like family.
Ooh, you're looking intense there. Actor and producer Shemar Moore joins us. That's very good. That's very good. You're a producer on this as well.
I am a producer.
You're hired.
Yeah.
So listen, producer and actor.
Producer and actor. It's pretty cool.
Is it challenging to wear both hats?
It is a challenge, which is a great challenge. Producing it, in my opinion, people say, "Do you want to direct? Do you want to direct?"
Yeah.
And maybe one day, but I would have to shadow a director, really learn camera moves and lighting and all that. I don't want to just put my name on something and have someone else do the work. But producing is attention to detail. It's connecting dots, and so I think I know how to create story, broaden story. I know how to put the right pieces together. So I just get to have a say, So I am the lead of the show. I'm very proud of that. But I'm also humble enough and smart enough, I believe, to know that I can't do it by myself, that it can't always just be about me. So what I'm more proud of is being the leader. So me, Shemar, I get to lead a cast because I have a really big vision and an optimistic vision, which I think is going to be a reality of what SWAT's going to be, and not just a hit show, not just Action Jackson, but we have plenty of that. But before I overheard you when I walked in, you said, can we not talk about politics for a second? And there's a lot of that going on, but I promise you, SWAT is the kind of show where all of us, black, white, green, and yellow, I believe and I yearn for, we can all come together, and I emphasize together, and just have some fun.
Oh, Shemar, we need a lot of that in this country right now.
But I do want people to understand, we're going to surprise you. SWAT's going to be a hit. I don't mean that to sound cocky. I know it's going to be a hit because it's so much fun, but then we're going to surprise you with humanity. We're going to surprise you with great writing from Sean Ryan and Aaron Thomas. Great writing. Sean Ryan did The Shield, did The Unit. We've got Kenny Johnson, who was on The Shield, for the fellas out there. So for the fellas, we got some ladies for you to look at. For the baby girls out there, got your brown sugar right here. If Daniel Hondo Harrelson and Shemar Moore got in a fight, Shemar Moore would be on his back real quick.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, Daniel Hondo,
much of a badass.
He's a bad man. And I've been telling my fans, Mama, here come that man. So whenever they watch SWAT, they go, Mama, there go Hondo.
That's so. But as you point out, there's going to be some very important themes that are affecting all of us here in the United States that are going to be displayed on that show. For example, Black Lives Matter. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
In one of the episodes, a white police officer who works on your team,
Hondo's mentor,
is going to shoot a black kid. And how is the show going to reflect what's happening right now?
Yeah, we're going to deal with some heavy topics, and right out the gate, Black Lives Matter, and a lot of people have different interpretations, different opinions of the men and women in blue. If you look at what's going on around our country, we're going to talk about the Trump years without talking about Trump. It's not about who you voted for. It's not a political show, but we are going to deal with some real topics, but we're going to do it in a light, meaningful, fun way. The first thing you have is fun, but then we are going to tackle Black Lives Matter. When you watch the news, there are those that believe that cops don't get their due justice when they do wrong. So we're going to do a different approach to that. My character is promoted because his mentor, who's white, shoots a black kid.
So you're getting the job because...
I'm getting the job because of racial optics, not necessarily because I deserve the job. So once I get the job, my character, I have to prove that I can handle the job. And that's exciting to play as an actor. And that's because I've Hondo and Shemar Moore have similarities. They're very different. I mean, Hondo's a physical beast, and I had to learn from San Diego PD SWAT, LAPD SWAT, SEAL Team 6, for those who don't really understand that. These are the real men and women fighting for justice out there every day that have seen life, have seen death, have seen the dark, somehow still fight for the light, leave their families, don't know if they're coming home, their loved ones, and go out there and fight for relative strangers. But I'm from East Oakland, I'm from East Oakland. Hondo's from South LA. Those have been called the hood, all right, but there's many of us who call that home. And, my mother was able to get me a proper education and get out, but I never forget where I came from. Hondo is from South LA, became a cop, and in the pilot, there's a line from another black individual who says, are you black or blue? You're going to have to pick. And And what he's saying is, do you remember where you came from? Do you remember who you are? Are you a sellout? Well, that's not Hondo's approach at all. His daddy told him, if you want things to change, go and be a part of the change. And so he joins the force because that's his only way to change the system, is to get within the system, show them how it's cracked, and show them a different approach. And so that's what you're going to experience with SWAT, is Hondo trying to change the system, which hopefully will resonate in real life. So is a TV show going to fix the problems of our country and around the world? Probably not. Right. But can it open a dialogue? Can it create some compassion? Can it create a debate? Can it create a little more patience? Can we not judge a book by its cover? Can we not judge a person by the color of their skin? Can we dig a little deeper? Can we be a little more tolerant? At least hear both sides of the story.
So, Shemar, I was going to say, it's clear that you are very passionate about this. Obviously, you're passionate about your job, but it's clear that this means a lot to you. You left Criminal Minds after 11 years. A lot of people were really sort of sad to see you leave. Were you really looking for a project that you felt could make more of a difference? Criminal Minds is a great show. Obviously, it's a CBS show, but it seems like you were looking for a project that could really get.
I wanted to take another step. I wanted to take it. I look at my acting career like school. Young and Restless with Malcolm Winters, that was high school, and I was ready to graduate. Criminal Minds with Derek Morgan, that was college. And I didn't. And I want people to know, when I left Criminal Minds, I didn't know what the next step was going to be. I did not know. I left Criminal Minds not knowing if I was going to get a job. I had no idea. I saved a couple nickels, thank goodness, and I also was looking for balance in my life. There was a lot of things that had eluded me personally, so I just took some time. I traveled, I reconnected with friends and family, I walked my dogs a little more often, all that. But here I am back because I am so passionate about this project, because because when it's done for all of us, I don't mean to be morbid, but one day, my time's going to be up. It's not about how much money I have, how much fame I had, what I drove, who I dated, none of that stuff. I hope that I can matter. I hope that I can inspire. And whether it's my loved one, my kids, but with my platform, if me chasing my dream and fulfilling my dream and entertaining and make people can inspire relative strangers and matter. And I do believe SWAT is going to be so entertaining, without a doubt. But it's going to matter.
You're drawing us in.
Yeah, no, you're totally drawing us in, and we're so happy to have you still with the CBS family. And talking about fun, did I read that you're going to keep the original music from my childhood?
No. But we're adding what I call a little stank to it.
Oh, so you're gonna funk it up a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. We're gonna speed it up, slow it down, put a little bass in it. All that.
Nice. I cannot wait.
Listen, I got to ask you this question because I see how you're talking about your craft. And you Google your name, and right next to your name is abs, body, workout schedule.
You're trying to get him to take off his shirt.
And basically, we could talk about him, but don't you want to see him without a shirt? And I wonder if that ever gets to be too much, because clearly the art is important to you.
Right.
Well, what's interesting is I'm 3 years away from 50. And in Hollywood, you're not supposed to talk about your age. Hondo's like 35, 37. I was having coffee this morning with my assistant, and in between coming here. And what's interesting is this is a new beginning. Now, look, I like looking good for my baby girls. I'm not gonna lie. Let's keep it 100.
The women of America approve.
I do the curls for the girls. I do the push-ups. I do all that stuff. I'm trying to keep my black from cracking. But to answer your question, what's going to happen now, hopefully, is people are going to start asking me different questions. Not how many sit-ups do I do, what kind of underwear do I wear, what kind of woman am I looking for, and
Well, anyways, I guess all these questions are. Go on.
Well, okay. As far as the underwear question, I like to freestyle. I'm just saying, but I got drawers on today. Okay. See, I can go there. What kind of party do you want to throw? I'm just saying. So I'm about keeping it fun, but I can also without getting too all serious and all that. There's a lot to me. There's a lot of chapters in my life, and hopefully those will come out in interviews, and those will come out in my portrayal of Daniel Hondo Harrelson.
We cannot wait. Yeah. It's we're so happy to have you here. We've been big fans for such a long time.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for the enthusiasm. SWAT, baby, it's coming.
That's right.
Change your life. You ain't going to the bathroom unless you have
to. You can watch the series premiere of SWAT next Thursday, November 2nd at 10, 9 Central, right here on CBS.